welcome back. Let's talk about these two teams and, again, how they got here. Is the Eastern Arizona Gila Monsters, again, on the season in conference play, 4-2 overall in conference play. They did get beat by Snow, Utah, but Snow had a 4-4 couple times. And, again, taking a look and seeing exactly how their season went this year is they opened up against Tucson Tech at 35-0. So Eastern Arizona will have the first possession, and they're going to mark it right at about the 28-yard line. So 1st and 10 Monsters at the 28. Quarterback's going to be Jonathan Thomas. He is out of Americus, Georgia. You're going to hear me call his name a lot today. Where's number 15 on your screen? They'll go with a lone setback. Send a man in motion. They'll give it off quickly now to Lowe, and Lowe will carry for his first carry of the ball game. Pick up of a few yards, pick up of about 3, 2nd down and a long 7. So Clifford Lowe out of Stockbridge High School, out of Stockbridge, Georgia, on the carry. 2nd down and 6, facing the Gila Monsters. They'll split out wideouts left and right on the near side, split out wide. So one of the right wide receivers. Here's the quarterback to turn to give and stop for picked up about maybe 2 yards, maybe 3 on the carry for the offense. Is going to be Thomas. Kept him himself, and he picks up, maybe 3, maybe 4. 3rd and 2 is the feed. Is the call coming. So again, Jonathan Thomas, the quarterback. Turn to keep by Thomas. He stretches out, trying to get for the first down. He's going to be about a half a yard short. So Thomas on the carry. Bernard on the stop for the Grizzlies. So they'll eyeball it. It's going to be about a yard short. Let's see if they go for it on 4th down or not. Just underway. Glad to have you along. No scores of yet. They're going to bring in the chains, and they will measure it. So it looks short from here, but they're going to bring it in and stretch them out. We'll see what we have. Thomas stretched out hard trying to get to that down marker. And they will come in and stretch the change. Other games going on. Trinity Valley right now taking on number 5 Northwest Mississippi. That is in Texas at Bulldog Stadium down the Heart of Texas Bowl. It was 10-7 at halftime. It's short by about a half a yard or maybe even less. So we'll bring up 4th down, 4th and short, facing the Gila Monsters. See if Thomas goes for it. Looks like they are going to go for it. So again, Jonathan Thomas, when I looked at the yardage and all the stats, he did just about everything as a sophomore out of Americus, Georgia. He'll come up under center, look for just a simple quarterback sneak. Maybe he'll send a man in motion. There's movement, but pull back on that defensive side. Looked like he was going to option out. And there's movement on the right side. The H-back moved a little bit, and actually that's going to be Clifford Lowe, false start. So that'll back it up, and more than likely we'll bring up a punting situation. So Clifford Lowe ends up with movement. It's going to be 4th and 6, and they will punt the football away. Mitchell and Sims back to receive for the Grizzlies. LaCour gets a good punt away, and it's going to hit at about the 38 and take a Gila Monster bounce. And it'll be 1st and 10 right at the 30 for the Butler Grizzlies. So we'll get our first look at the Grizzlies. We'll check and see who's going to start at quarterback. Look like it's going to be Bruer. He's out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico, 6'3", 205-pound sophomore. Bruer will be in at quarterback for the Grizzlies. And Abrams will be one of the running backs, as well as Adam Harder, the other H-back. Sends a man in motion. Wants to throw the football. Pass is complete. Gain of about 9 on the play. Actually right at 10. Should have the first down. A stop made out there, a catch made out there by Myron Mitchell, wide receiver out of Jasper, Alabama for the Grizzlies. So 1st and 10 Grizzlies for their first play from scrimmage. 12:49 to go, quarter number one. First possession for the Grizzlies, and Eastern Arizona has already had to punt. Bruer gives it to the running back around the right side. That's Abrams. He's off to the races at the 40, at the 35, 25, 20, and finally dropped at about the 18-yard line. Stop made out there by Davis for the stop, and that was a touchdown saving stop. Nice pickup all the way from the 40. Gain of 40 on the play to the 20, so they'll mark it officially at the 20 when he's knocked out of bounds. 1st and 10 Grizzlies on the Gila Monsters 20-yard line. So one play went from 10 on the pass play to second play from scrimmage, good for a 40-yard pickup. 1st and 10 now in the red zone at the 20 for the Grizzlies. Bruer sends a man in motion. Going left to right is Harder. Keep is going to be kept by Abrams. Abrams picks up good yardage all the way down to the 12, so a pickup of 8. Stopped by Justin Ewan on the stop for the Gila Monsters. So they'll actually mark his knee hit at the 13, so a pickup of 7. 2nd down and 3 now facing the Grizzlies of Butler. Back in the shotgun, Bruer. Riding his hip a little bit, it's going to be McPherson in the backfield as well. Bruer fakes to McPherson, gives to him. McPherson keeps the ball down across the 10, should have a first down. See where they actually match it. Stop is going to be made out there defensively by Amanfo. Joshua Amanfo on the stop. Also helping out defensively is Myers. So 1st and 10 now, and they'll say 1st and goal from the 10-yard line for the Grizzlies. So inside the red zone now for the first time. 11:18 to go in quarter one. Butler coming out running the ball very effectively. Bruer, the key to give. Around the left side, trying to turn the corner is Isaiah Truss on the carry. It's inside the 5. Let's see where they actually, there's a flag on the play, so let's see if they bring it back or not. Holding is going to be called against the Grizzlies, so they'll mark it back and they'll set the football right at about the 20-yard line. Will be from the spot of the infraction. They'll mark it right at the 20. So 1st and goal from the 20 now. From the Gila Monsters 20-yard line. No score as of yet. Kevin Abrams returns in at the running back spot for Butler. Bruer gives off to Abrams, trying to turn around the left-hand side corner, and little or no gain, maybe even a loss on the play of about a yard. So 2nd down and 21 now facing the Grizzlies. So still 2nd and goal. They break huddle, and Bruer has Abrams on his right hip, lone running back in the backfield. Shotgun formation for Bruer. Bruer gives it off to Abrams. Abrams scats around the left side, picks up maybe a couple yards, got 3 yards on the carry. They'll mark it at the right at the 18-yard line. So 3rd down and goal from the 18 now facing Butler. Butler threw from the first play from scrimmage for 10 yards. Then we had the big 40-yard run by Abrams. Truss has carried a couple times. Sims will go left in the slot. Have a wide receiver out on the outside as well in the person of Curry. Trying to go across the middle, incomplete. Will bring up a 4th down and goal situation for the 18. So good coverage for the Gila Monsters after they gave up the big first down run all the way down to the 20-yard line, and they kept Butler in check. The holding penalty was a big one. Now they'll try for the field goal. They'll mark it right at the 25-yard line. So a 35-yard attempt. Here's the kick. It's up and on its way, and it is good. And the Grizzlies take a 3-0 lead with 9:57 remaining to go in the first quarter of play. It's the Butler Grizzlies 3, Eastern Arizona 0. We'll be back with the Butler kickoff right after this. Well, that was an 8-play, 52-yard drive for the Grizzlies. The 35-yard field goal was good by Winter. Luke Winter out of Wichita, Kansas, puts the Grizzlies on the board. They lead at 3-0. He'll get set to toe up the football. Gila Monsters will have two receivers setting up right around the 5-yard line. So here we get set for the Butler Grizzly kickoff. Glad to have you along today on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Here we go to kick by Winter. It's going to be taken right at the 7. Trying to turn the corner out there offensively was Watson. Gets loose, and now he's going to turn the corner around the left side at the 50 to the 45, all the way down, and trying to cross across the 20, and he's finally upended right there. They'll mark the football at the 22. So a nice return by the Gila Monsters. So they're going to mark it right at the 22-yard line. Nice return all the way from the 7. It was a 71-yard return. That was Tyquan Watson on the return. So let's see what Jonathan Thomas can do with great field position right here. He's going to keep it himself, turns upfield, takes it all the way down to about the 16-yard, and on Marcus stop at the 17. Nice pickup of about 5 yards. So second down now. And a long 5, they'll mark it at the 17. 3-0 Grizzlies, but Gila Monsters already knocking on Butler's door. Thomas, the quarterback, down under center, sends a man in motion. He'll Kern keep it himself. Gets across right down to the 15-yard line. Quick stop out there made by the Grizzlies of Butler. So pickup of 2, third down and a long 3. Gila Monsters look to the sidelines. They get their play sent in, and now they'll get set. They'll split out a wide out to the right side and the left side. Lone setback back there. The turn by Thomas. Thomas gets the first down across the 10-yard line down to about the 8. So first and goal now for the Gila Monsters. Nice pickup of 7. First and goal from the 8-yard line. They'll split a wide out on the right side. That's going to be Clemens going to the right. On the left, they'll have Adam Webb. Thomas, the quarterback, lone setback, sends a man in motion. The turn, he'll keep it himself, and he leans forward down to about the 6. Pickup of only a couple. First and goal, second and goal from the 6-yard line now for the Gila Monsters out of Thatcher, Arizona. Thomas gets set again under center. Lone setback is going to be Lowe, Clifford Lowe. Now it gives off the Lowe, and he's going to be hammered. Nice stop by the Grizzlies. Is coming in and getting the hit on the Grizzlies. For the Grizzlies is Terry Kelly. Big linebacker for the Grizzlies. Comes in and puts the hit on him. And They'll mark it back to the 7, so a loss of a yard on the play. 3rd down and goal for the Gila Monsters now at the 7-yard line at the Grizzlies 7. 7:23 to go in this first quarter of play from the Salt City Bowl at Gowans Stadium in Hutchinson. Thomas down under center, has Lowe, sets him in motion now. Here's the option on the right side. Thomas slips and falls down. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th down and goal situation. Here comes the field goal team in for the Gila Monsters. So let's see who's kicking for the Gila Monsters.
34.
Looks like it's going to be Patrick LaCour. He's out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Holding will be Hopkins, Cletus Hopkins. It'll be a 23-yard field goal. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick. It's up and on its way, and it is good. And we are tied at 3 apiece. And there is a flag on the play, so hold it here. See if it was the Grizzlies offsides or not. It seems to be. Now they're going to option to maybe take a look at it and see, will you take 3 off the board and try to get a touchdown? Nope, they're going to take the 3. 3-3 tie with 6:30 to go in this first quarter of play. Kickoff coming for the Gila Monsters, coming your way right after this. LaCour will kick off after he disconnected on a 23-yard field goal for the Gila Monsters of Eastern Arizona. Stewart's going to be on the near side to return, and C.J. Sims will be on the far side for the Grizzlies of Butler. Both set up right around the 10-yard line, 9-yard line or so. So LaCour gets set, and we're about to get underway here. Another possession for the Grizzlies. 6:30 remaining to go in quarter 1 of the Salt City Bowl. 3-3 tie. Here comes the opening kickoff. Sims is going to take it right at the 4. It goes in, fakes the reverse. It does give the reverse away.
17.
It comes back, and with it on for the football will be Josh Wilkes. And Wilkes returns it all the way across the 25. Let's see where they officially mark it, right at the 25.5-yard line. Yeah, right at the 26, we'll call it. Let's see exactly where they're going to place the football. They're going to mark it at the 26-yard line. So 1st and 10 from that spot for the Grizzlies. A sneaky reverse because the Grizzlies. As Wilkes took it around, he's out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. Grizzlies' second possession. Breuer wants to throw the football, in a complete pass. It was intended for Josh Wilkes, broken up on the play. 2nd down and 10 now from the 26 for the Grizzlies. 3-3 tie. Again, we're at quarter number 1, 6:18 to go in the first quarter of play. C.J. Sims will check in with the play. Comes over to Breuer. Now he'll split out wide on the right side. Also going on the right side will be Garrett Prince. The Twins on the right, split on the left side as well. Back to pass is Breuer, wants to air it out. Looks across the middle, has his receiver incomplete, just about picked off as well. In and out of the hands of Garrett Prince. Ends up being incomplete. So 3rd down and 10 now, facing the Grizzlies of Butler Community College. In with the play checking in is going to be Kendall Stewart out of Mays, Kansas, and Kendall Stewart will split out on the right side along with C.J. Sims. Matter of fact, they'll do twins triples on the right. Breuer back in shotgun formation. Back to pass is Brewer. Steps up, wants to throw it, has a man open, but overthrows him, trying to throw it to Josh Wilkes. Ends up being incomplete. Will bring up a 4th down punting situation facing the Grizzlies. And there is a flag at about the 22-yard line, so hold on. Let's see what the call is going to be. Umpires talking it over with the white hat, and now they'll get. It will be, looks like it's going to be a hold against the Grizzlies. It's going to be declined, so Gila Monsters will force the Grizzlies to punt the football away. So here comes the Grizzly punting team. And getting set to punt back there is going to be Ethan Sigg. Check that. Joseph Stevens will be punting the football away. Stevens gets set, gets a high snap, gets the kick away. It's going to be taken right at the 50-yard line. A gutsy take, and right there with the football is Moore. Ezekiel Moore is going to finally be stopped at about the 35-yard line. Mark it at the 37 officially, and that's a good field position for the Gila Monsters. See where they're officially going to mark it. It's going to mark it at the 37. So 1st and 10 from the Butler 37 for the Gila Monsters as they have their 3rd possession of the ball game. We're tied at 3 apiece. 5:59 remaining to go in this first quarter of play. Boy, kind of a gutsy return by Ezekiel Moore as he caught it on the fly. Here's the pitch. Going to turn it around to Lowe. Lowe trying to turn the corner. Finally gets a little bit of a seam around the right side. Down to the 29. They'll mark it at the 29s. Nifty pickup for the Gila Monsters. On the season, Lowe was 71 attempts. He gained close to 670 yards. Averages 9.4 yards every touch of the football. His average per gain, 74 yards per gain. The main load on Jonathan Thomas. He has over 900 yards coming into the ball game today on the season. So 2nd down and 4 now for the Gila Monsters. Ball at the 31-yard line. Run, Thomas keeps it and gets across the 25 down to about the 24-yard line. That'll move the chains. 1st and 10 Gila Monsters. Thomas a load, 6 foot, 200-pound sophomore. Americus, Georgia's his hometown. A lot of players for this Coach O'Meara coach team from the Georgia, from the South. Gila Monsters split wideouts left and right. They go with the lone setback and Lowe. He actually has a fullback in front of him as well as Kuski. The turn to give by Lowe. And Clifford Lowe carries across the 20 to about the 19-yard line. Pickup of 4 on the play. Second and 6 now facing the Gila Monsters. Nose of the football just across the 20-yard line, right around the 19. Thomas, the quarterback. Squats under center, has a full house backfield. The turning option gives us straight up the middle. On the run is Kuski, and he's still going and trying to turn it upfield more. And it was our fumble on the play. There was not any whistle. Looked like, I thought he was stopped, and I think maybe the Grizzlies might have came up with the football. They'll come in and sort things out. Kuski was, I thought he was stopped early on, and it will be a fumble. They let it go a little bit farther, and Kuski coughed it up. It'll be a Grizzlies. We'll have the football. They'll mark it right at the 13-yard line, or closer to the 12. Let's check it. They'll put it at the 12. So 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies from their own 12-yard line. So the Grizzlies got a great opportunity there. So with the ball from their own 12-yard line will be the Grizzlies. You give it off quickly, and with the football is going to be Abrams. And Abrams finally ran out of bounds. Nice pickup by Abrams. All the way to their own 40-yard line. Mark it actually at about the 47. Well, check that. 32-yard line where they say he stepped out of bounds. So I'll get it straight. 27-yard line. So the Grizzlies, though, moved the chains. So 1st and 10 from their own 27. We're tied at 3 apiece. 4:25 to go in this first quarter of play. Let's set up with an I formation set. Brewer has Abrams right behind him. The turn and give right up to the middle, and that's going to be Isaiah Trush on the carry. They'll mark the football at the 31. Nice stop made out there defensively by Walter Palmore, as well as also on the stop was Moore. Adam Harder brings in the play for the Grizzlies. They'll split out wideouts on the left and right side. They'll go with the I formation set again. Brewer, the quarterback. The turn and give straight up the middle. I'm trying to turn the corner. On the run is going to be Isaiah Truss. Nice pickup. He's got another first down. McSwager on the stop. And they'll put it right at the 42-yard line. Nice 11-yard pickup for Isaiah Truss. Four-yard pickup. They'll mark it at the 42. 1st and 10 now from the 42-yard line for the Grizzlies. They're on the march after forcing the turnover after the Gila Monsters headed inside the red zone. Run the right side is going to be Truss again carrying the football. And he gets across the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up about 2 yards on the carry. They'll mark it at the 44. 2nd down and 8. Lots of championship football in NCAA as well as today. There are a total of 5 bowl games, 3 more tomorrow in the NJCAA Bowl Series. Brewer, long snap count. 2nd down and 8. Back to pass is Brewer. Throws it across the middle, has his receiver open, but it was tipped away, and there's a flag, a late flag. And they're going to whistle this one on the Gila Monsters. I think it's thrown on Justin Ewan. Defensively, let's see what they're going to call. A Manfo was called or whistled for the interference call. Let's see where they're going to mark it. The ball was hit, so no flag on the play. They'll swallow it. So the ball was tipped. I thought it was tipped and kind of deflected, so ends up being a 3rd down call. 3rd down and 8 now facing the Grizzlies from the 44-yard line, their own 44. Looks like the rain is picking up just a little bit, not much. All right, put a man in motion. Grizzlies step up, Brewer, and he is going to be sacked. The stop was made by Sione Talakai with the stop. He's out of Salt Lake City. So a loss on the play. They'll mark the ball right at the 40-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and 12 now for the Grizzlies. They're going to have to punt the football away. So after a couple nice first downs, the Grizzlies drive stalls, and they will kick the football away. 2:10 to go in this quarter number 1 from the Salt City Bowl, Gowans Stadium, Hutchinson, Kansas. Here's the Butler kick, and it's going to sail out of bounds on the far side. Let's see where they angle down and mark it officially. They'll mark it at the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Gila Monsters at their own 40-yard line. We're tied at 3 apiece. Grizzlies so far have 5 first downs to the Gila Monsters 2. Also, Grizzlies with 80 yards rushing and 10 yards passing. Gila Monsters all on the ground so far. They give it right up the middle and wide open with the carry is going to be Andrew Hardrick, and he's finally dropped inside of Grizzly territory. Let's see where they officially mark it, right out of the 34-yard line. So nice run. Quick opener up the middle for Andrew Hardrick. Hardrick out of Panama City, Florida. So 1st and 10, Gila Monsters. They'll split a wide out on the right side, one on the left as well. Jonathan Thomas, the quarterback. Low in motion. Thomas back to throw. Gets it across. The catch is made right up to the left sidelines on the run. And that's Romero Johnson. Johnson with the catch. Very seldom do they throw the football, but on that time it was Johnson Thompson. On the year, he's a 28.2% completion rate on 20 out of 71 through 4 picks on the year. So it's something the Gila Monsters don't do a lot, but that time it worked. Deep into Butler territory now, 1st and 10 on the 18. Thomas, right straight up the middle, carrying the football is going to be Hardrick. Sire on the stop for the Grizzlies. 2nd down and 8 for the Gila Monsters. So again, they're inside of Grizzly territory, inside the red zone. Last time down, he coughed up the football on a tough carry by Kuski. Looked like he was down, but actually kept churning, so they were able to strip it away. This drive for the lead, if they can get points on the board. Low in motion, here's Thomas. Thomas turns the corner, still going, still churning, all the way down to the 11-yard line, and finally pushed back. Jones on the stop for the Grizzlies. So 3rd down and 4 now facing the Gila Monsters. They want to keep this drive alive or settle for a field goal if they're short of that. They'll split wideouts left and right. Clemens will go on the left side. On your right side is going to be Adam Webb. Thomas, the quarterback, wants to throw, pumps once. Now he finally gets it to low inside the 4, down to about the 3-yard line. Might be closer. They'll move the chains. That'll be 1st and goal situation coming up for the Gila Monsters. And that is going to be the end of the quarter, so we'll be going down to the under end of the field. And quarter 1 comes to the end, but the Gila Monsters are knocking on the door. 3-3 tie. Glad to have you along on the Salt City Bowl as we head to the 2nd quarter play. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Kevin Bowen, and I'm honored to welcome you to the famous Gowans Stadium, home of the Salt City Bowl.
Today's game features 2 teams from the competitive Jayhawk Conference and Western States Football League, and will conclude several days of memorable experiences for the student athletes and coaches.
This year's Salt City Bowl is one of only 8 junior college bowl games in the nation.
And is one of 3 NJCAA championship level events that is hosted right here in Hutchinson, Kansas.
The Salt City Bowl is committed to continuing its support of entertaining and high-quality local sporting events.
Today's game exists because of your great support and generosity, and we thank you.
We hope the fans of both teams have an excellent day full of fun, food, and football.
We are proud to be part of the 2016 Salt City Bowl.
We are proud to be your host for the 2016 Salt City Bowl.
Enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game.
Well, welcome back. 2nd quarter of action as we're about to get underway. Nice run by, or actually a pass and a catch by Lowe. Very seldom do they pass the football, but they have twice today. This one took it all the way down to the 2-yard line. So 1st and goal for the 2 now for the Gila Monsters. From Texas, the Heart of Texas Bowl, your score in the third quarter play, 31-10 right now. It's Trinity Valley on top of Northwest Mississippi. Right here, the Gila Monsters knock on the door, trying to take the lead in this one. The carry and a touchdown on the right side on the run was Hardick, Andrew Hardrick, and it gives the Gila Monsters a 9-3 lead. Nice run from 2 yards out. Let's see if they'll tack on the extra point or not. LaCour will be the extra point kicker, so here comes the PAT. The hold by Hopkins. Here's the kick. It's blocked, and it's returnable. Trying to pick it up on the run and quickly down the field, and they will be stopped. So will be for naught, but the score will remain at 9-3. So good effort by the Grizzlies. That could be big later on. 4:57 to go in the second quarter play. And with the lead now, the Gila Monsters, 9-3 ball game. We'll stop and take a quick break. Gila Monsters will set up defensively. The Grizzlies will get set to receive their kickoff coming your way right after this. All right, Gila Monsters get set to kick off. LaCour will be kicking off. Again, from their own 35. Sims will be back on the far side. And here comes the kick. Oh, actually, he was on the near side. It's going to be taken at the goal line. And out they'll bring a little bit of a seam, turning the corner at the 30, up to the 35, ripping forward up to the 40. He's going to reverse field and finally be dropped loose. Football, it's going to be jumped on. I think Butler's got it. And they're going to say he was down. They're going to mark it right at the 44-yard line. Stewart had it for a second and it popped away from him, but the Grizzlies got it back, and they're just going to say he was down anyway. Yeah, maybe they're going to mark it there. Let's see exactly where they're going to have it. They're going to mark it down. We'll see exactly where they're going to spot. They're going to mark it at the 43-yard line. So 1st and 10 Grizzlies from the 43. And new quarterback for the Grizzlies now coming in will be Israel. The turn by Abrams trying to turn the corner, and he's going to be pushed back. Little or no gain on the play, if any at all. Israel on the year was a 52.2% completion rate. On 118 out of 226. Did have 11 interceptions, however, also 11 touchdowns. So he'll be in a quarterback. They'll break huddle, so Coach Schaffner going with the 2 quarterback system so far. This in the second quarter. It's now Israel's turn. Low snap, but he gets it back, wants to throw the football. Looks across the middle, he's gonna let it heave. He's got a receiver down there, and a catch is made, and into the end zone, touchdown. All the way from the 44-yard line, so a 66-yard unofficial completion. And officially a 56-yard touchdown throw and catch. And all of a sudden we are tied at 9. And kick is up, and it is through by about a foot. So your score with 13:52 to go in the second quarter of play, Butler 10 and Eastern Arizona 9. We'll be back for the Butler kickoff right after this. Well, a throw for 56 yards and a touchdown. Israel threw it all the way to Wilkes. So Wilkes was covered, even just about triple coverage, but the catch was made and his momentum carried him into the end zone. Point after was good, and it's Butler 10, Eastern Arizona 9. Second quarter action, a good one from the Salt City Bowl in Hutchinson, Kansas. Pleasure to have you along this afternoon. About to getting set to kick off. Winner will be kicking the football away. A 56-yard throw and completion for the go-ahead touchdown for the Grizzlies. That answers the touchdown. There's a squibbly kick that's going to be taken at the 27-yard line by the Gila Monsters. Trying to turn the right side corner is going to be number Jalen Israel. And now flags on the far side fly, and let's see what's going to happen here. Returning to football was Jalen Israel, number 28. He's a freshman running back out of Phoenix, Arizona. They'll mark it at the 41. There'll be more yards tacked onto that. Looks like the infractions are going to go against the Grizzlies. So Butler called for the personal foul. So looks to me like they're going to place it at the 44, according to Salt Bowl statistician Steve Carpenter, and they'll mark it at the 43. So 1st and 10 now from the 43-yard line for the Gila Monsters, so they got a break there. So the Gila Monsters will keep Jonathan Thomas in there at the running back. At the quarterback, he's been that all year long. He's going to keep on the football. It looked to me like he just about had handed off. He carries it across the 40. He's a strong running back. Helmet came off. Now let's see if it was on the play or if he's going to have to leave the game for a play. Comes over and shows the official his helmet. And now they will substitute in a new quarterback coming in briefly for the Grizzlies. Usually it's Romarlo Johnson is their backup quarterback. So they'll go with number 3 out there offensively. That's Clemens. Clemens hands the ball away and carries all the way up. And DeAndre Kuski will carry it up across the 35 down to about the 34-yard line. Short by a yard for the first down. 3rd down and 1. Thomas back into the ball game now. So briefly, they had a different quarterback in there. So 3rd down and short now. The turn, to give quickly up the right side, and carrying the football is going to be Brinson. And good for the first down across to the 30-yard line. So the Gila Monsters are moving the football. And another helmet pops off, this time offensively. Brinson's going to have to check out. So Thomas will huddle up his troops, quickly call the plays. He'll split out wideouts right side and left. Hopkins will split out on the right side. On the near side will be Webb. Back to pass, he'll loop it across, in and out of Lowe's, out of the hands of Clifford Lowe, incomplete. Brings up a 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line of the Grizzlies. 10-9 contest, 12:25 to go in the second quarter of play. They'll split out wideouts on the right side. He'll setting up on the right side is going to be Clements. He'll be in a wideout position. Thomas, turn and give out to him inside, wide open on the run. There's Kukski all the way down for a first down. They'll mark the football right at the 17-yard line, right around the 18. So a nice pickup all the way down to the Butler 18-yard line, inside the red zone again. Gila Monsters trying to regain the lead after they had it at 9-3. Grizzlies came right back and made it a 10-9 ball game. That's where we stand right now with 12:07 to go in quarter two. They'll send low back. They'll pitch it on the right side. Ball is fumbled, and then a nice defensive play made by the Grizzlies. On the stop for the Grizzlies will be number 32 on the tackle, Sean Bernard. Ball was popped away. It'll lose loss on the play. Gila Monsters will now be facing a second down and 16. So 2nd and 16 from the 24-yard line. Gila Monsters get set. Send another man in motion. They're going to throw the football again. Thomas steps up, though. He's going to keep it himself and run it back to about the 30. Back to the line of scrimmage. Will bring up a 3rd down and 16 call. All right, let's see where they're going to march it. They'll mark it at the 24-yard line. So 3rd and 17 now. Facing the Gila Monsters. Jonathan Thomas, the quarterback, down under center, sends his man in motion, low back there. Thomas keeps himself, reads the read, and goes up to about the 30-yard line, and he'll be stopped right there. The 20-yard line, excuse me. Pickup of 4. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and will it be a kicking situation for the Gila Monsters? 4th and 12 is the call. They'll mark the ball right at the 20-yard line, and they will attempt a field goal. LaCour will be back. On the hold will be Hopkins. Now again, the last one was blocked on the point after. Here it comes. Oh, there's movement and line penetration by the Grizzlies. Everybody's pointing fingers at everybody else. Now let's see if they're going to mark any off and make it a closer field goal, or there's offsetting penalties. Let's check it. And I think they're going to call it against the Grizzlies. So encroachment. They're going to move it to the 15. And moves it a little bit closer. So that will set up a 32-yard field goal now. LaCour gets set. Here's the snap, a little high. Here's the kick. It's going to be blocked again. And getting in to block that kick was number 32 for the Grizzlies, Sean Bernard. So the Grizzlies will take over on downs now after the blocked field goal with 9:45 to go in this second quarter of play. Butler leading at 10-9. A little bit of a high snap, probably enough to make that happen. Hopkins got it down, but so the Gila Monsters will come down and get set up defensively now. Butler's football. A game down in Texas, still 31-10, Northwest Mississippi, trailing Trinity Valley. It's in the 4th quarter now. That's one of 5 bowl games, along with this one that's going on. National Championship just around the corner as well, with Arizona Western and Garden. Abrams on the carry for the Grizzlies around the left side. Picked up about a yard. 2nd down and 9. Ball on the 21-yard line. All right, they'll break center. Back in there at quarterback is Buer. Wants to keep it and run him himself. Actually, it's not going to be. It's going to be Israel, and he's going to keep himself and gets dragged down. Little or no gain, maybe a yard on the play. David Israel out of Blythewood, South Carolina. Ends up being a gain of 1. 3rd down and 8 facing the Grizzlies. Israel gives you much more of a passing situation out there than Burrell. And connected on a 56-yarder. His last touch on the field. Back to passes Israel, looks up, goes across the middle, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Curry was the intended receiver, sophomore out of Cordova, Tennessee. Title went high but could not bring it down. Brings up a 4th down punting situation now facing the Grizzlies of Butler. 8:23 remaining to go before halftime. Salt City Bowl. This one is the 8th Salt City Bowl. 7 previously. Last year's winner was Snow, Utah. The win over Dodge City on 24 unanswered points in the 4th quarter. Here comes the kick. A little rugby style. It's going to be picked up by the Grizzlies. And see where they actually match it. They'll put it at the 49. Ezekiel Moore on the return. Again, see where they're going to mark it. They're going to mark it on the 49, Eastern 49. I thought they're going to mark it. I thought his forward progress was maybe to the Butler 49. So 1st and 10 from their own 49 will be the Gila Monsters. They trail it by 1 at 10-9. They've had the ball a couple times, though, inside of Grizzly territory, and we're not able to take the lead. Thomas still the quarterback. Turns, wants to keep it himself around the right side, picks up 5-6 now. He's across the 40 down to about the 35-yard. Nice run by Thomas where he looked like he was stopped right at the line of scrimmage. He has some speed around that right side. Sire on the stop for the Grizzlies. They'll move it. It's a 19-yard pickup. They'll officially mark it at the 32 when he stepped out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now, Gila Monsters from the Grizzly 32-yard line. Clock at the 8-minute mark now, the 2nd quarter of action. The keep by Thomas, he'll pitch it back on the left side, low on the run, trying to turn the corner. Gets clobbered from behind down to about the 17-yard lines, 19-yard lines where they're going to mark it. So a nice pickup, 7:49 remaining to go in this 2nd quarter. Gain of 13 on the carry. We'll mark it at the 19. 1st and 10, Gila Monsters. Clifford Lowe, again, he averages 9.4 yards per carry. Thomas under center. Split out wides left and right, sends a man in motion. Thomas is going to keep it himself. Churns all the way down to across the 15 to the 14, stretches to the 13-yard line. Nifty run by Thomas. They'll mark it at the 13-yard line. 2nd down and 4 for the Gila Monsters. Inside the red zone again. Thomas sets up, ball on the left hash mark, sends a man in motion. Wants to throw the football. Now he has pressure put on him, and he's going to be dropped. See where his forward progress is going to be. They'll mark it right around the 23. Well, he just turned around and boom, right in his face was Tony Jones. So 3rd down and 14 now facing the Gila Monsters. Looking like they're going to take it right in easily, and then the Grizzlies step up and gets solid. 3rd down and 13. Thomas breaks center. Now they get set. Wideout's right side. He's got a low over there on the right side. I formation stack in the backfield. The turn, the give to the running back. Trying to turn the corners with the football was Brinson, Christopher Brinson, and gets a little round out to the original line of scrimmage back to about the 20. Actually, shorter than that. 4th down at the 21. So 4th down and about 12. And see if they're going to try to go for the field goal again. Good job by the defense of the Grizzlies of Butler as they were able to really swarm to the football. The big stop was made on the sack. All right, now here we get set again. LaCour, 38-yard field goal. He was set up. Here's the snap. It's a good one. The hold is good. The kick is up and on its way and all the way off to the left. Partially deflected. Wide to the left. Josh Smith got in there, so that's 3 counting the extra point. The extra point was blocked, and then also the other field goal attempt was blocked. So 10-9's your score with 5:11 remaining to go in this second quarter of play. We'll be back with more from Gowans Stadium right after this. Here's the quick throw, and the Grizzlies connect right away, all the way down to the 20-yard line. So right out of the mixed field goal, Butler's right down inside of Gila Monster territory, all the way down to the 20-yard line. A 60-yard play. All right. Here's a snap to give to Israel. Run up the center, up the middle for the Grizzlies. Pickup of about 6 yards, 2nd down and 4. Abrams rushed up for a 6-yard pickup. 2nd down and 4 facing for the Grizzlies, trying to extend their lead, which right now is 1. They'll send a man in motion. Israel will keep it. He'll spin around on his right side. Now he throws the football, has his tight end open inside the end zone for a touchdown. The catch made by number 87, excuse me, Lucas Vang, the tight end. He's out of Goddard, Kansas. Nifty play, and there's a flag on the play. That's thrown at the 18. See if it's roughing the passer or not. I think the touchdown is going to stand. 16-9 with 4:04 to go in the second quarter of play. They're going to talk things over. The white hat out talking to the rest of the official crew. Israel faked the run to the left, and then he came around on a bootleg and caught his tight end for about an 18. Unsportsmanlike. It's going to be unsportsmanlike on Israel, actually. The kickoff, the penalty will be on the kickoff, so evidently some words were exchanged. And the points on the board are good, 16-9. Now we'll try to point after kick. Winner will get set. Kick is through and good. And your score with 4:04 to go in the second quarter of play is Butler 17, and the Gila Monsters of Eastern Arizona 9. We'll be back with the Grizzly kickoff right after this. And that Grizzly drive was 3 plays, 80 yards. They used 1:07. And a big pass all the way down to the 20 is what got him down there. And lead at 17-9 with 4:04 to go in this second quarter of play. Stay tuned at halftime. Josh Gooch will be my guest. He's the chairperson of the Salt City Bowl, also the athletic director at Hutchinson Community College. And winner will kick off for the Grizzlies. All right, here comes the kick. High spinner is going to be taken at the 30-yard line, and a return straight up the middle, still on his feet at midfield, and finally dropped at about the 47-yard line on the return. Returned by Cooksey, and he's dropped out there. On the tackle was Myron Mitchell and David Burton for the Grizzlies. So 1st and 10 for the Gila Monsters inside of Butler territory. They have had good field position. There is going to be a timeout taken, and we'll get a break in as well. Glad to have you along on this Salt City Bowl today. Special thanks to all the fine sponsors for the Salt City Bowl. Glad to be able to bring it to you on NJCAA TV. 17-9, Grizzlies on top, 6:48 to go in the second quarter, timeout on the field. Well, welcome back to Gowans Stadium. Glenn Grunwald, your host. Glad to have you along on the Blue Dragon Sports Network and Salt City Bowl Network for NJCAA TV. 1st and 10 now for the Gila Monsters inside of Grizzly territory at the 47. It's 17-9 Butler. A couple of field goals have been blocked by the Butler Grizzlies defensively. Otherwise, the score would be much different. Point after kind of started it, and then the field goal attempts, a couple going awry. Here's Thomas. He'll hand it off. Carry forward for the Gila Monsters is going to be number 1, Clifford Lowe. Rolls forward and picks up some yardage. He'll mark his knee right at the 42-yard line. So a gain of about 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 now facing the Gila Monsters. Ball's on the 42. Send a man in motion. Thomas keeps it. Gets across the 35, leans toward to the 34. He has the first down, and they'll mark it at the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Gila Monsters. Stop made by the Grizzlies, number 13, Tony Jones. Here's Thomas, the quarterback. Good size young man, 6 foot, 200 pounds. Turn, quick opener up the middle. 30 on the carry. It's going to be Cooksey. Cooksey on the carry. Leans forward and picks up about 5 on the carry. So 2nd down and 5 now. Nose of the football right at the 30-yard line, just inside the 30. Closer to the 29. 2nd down and 5 from the 29. Gila Monsters on the drive again. Tell you what, from 20 to 20, they moved it very effectively. Red zone's been a different situation. 9 points on the board for them. Turn to give up the middle. Cooksey on the carry again. Has some running room all the way down to the 10. Turns his legs and keeps going all the way down to the 8-yard line. Nifty run by the running back. That's Cooksey. Cooksey came into the ballgame with 339 yards, 6.8 per carry. He averages only 37 yards a game, but he's probably got that already, DeAndre Cooksey. Here's the turn. Cooksey again on the carry. I'm calling his number. He's out of Thomasville, Georgia. A lot of Georgia players on this Eastern Arizona team. Checking out of the contest will be Jalen Israel for the Gila Monsters. They'll substitute. Thomas will remain in there. 2nd down and goal now. Ball on the 7-yard line. Send a man in motion. Thomas will keep it himself and picks up maybe a yard and a half on the carry, close to the 5. They'll officially march that to 6. So 3rd down and 6 now. A key call right now for the Gila Monsters. So 3rd and goal. They'll split wideouts left and right. Thomas, the quarterback, back on a handoff, gives it off. Tanksy carries forward. He's down to about the 1, so does not get into the end zone. False stop was made out there by Jake Sauer, and he got down to the 1. So 4th and goal. Timeout's going to be taken as they're going to talk it over. Are they going to go for the field goal, or are they going to try to go for the touchdown? We'll be back with more from the Salt City Bowl for 2016 right after this. All right, play resumes now. 4th down and goal from the 1 for the Gila Monsters. They'll stack it up in the middle, to turn and give right up the middle. Touchdown, Gila Monsters from the 1-yard line. Carrying it in on the touchdown run was Hardrick. Hardrick with the touchdown from 1 yard out, makes it 17-15. Now do you go for 2 and try to tie it up, or do you try to kick the point after and stay within a field goal? Due to the fact that if you had a couple blocked, might not be a bad idea. 45 seconds remaining to go in this 2nd quarter of play. 17-15 is your score. That drive, 8 plays, 47 yards. They used 3 minutes and 3 seconds. All right. Here's Thomas. A man in motion, and now a timeout's going to be taken. Evidently, Thomas didn't see what he liked. So a timeout's going to be taken. We'll return for the point after, right after this. All right, now for the point after. They're still content to go for 2. It looks like they are. So Gila Monsters are going to go for 2. See if they can tie up this ball game with 45 seconds left to go in the half. All right, Thomas, the quarterback, sends a man in motion. That'll be low. Keeps it himself. Thomas trying to get into the end zone, and he will. So we're tied at 17 apiece with 45 seconds left to go in the second quarter of play. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more from the Salt City Bowl for 2016 right after this. All right, here we go with the Gila Monsters kickoff, tied up at 17 apiece. And now we get set. It's going to be it's just a little pooch kick. It's going to be taken by the Grizzlies at the 24, trying to turn it around the left side. That's C.J. Sims, finds some room, and he goes up to the 40-yard line, across the 40 to the 41. So a return of about 11 yards on the kickoff return. And 1st and 10 now for the Grizzlies. 38 ticks left on the clock in this quarter. Again, that 2-point conversion tied it up at 17 apiece. That's what got us here. See who's going to be a quarterback. It's going to be Israel. He's 3 out of 4, 130 yards and a couple of TDs already. His longest was a 60-yard throw and catch. Back to pass across the middle. It's going to be caught right at the 49-yard line and stepping out of bounds after he was hit. Josh Wilkes. And a foul is going to be, a flag going to play. Wilkes on the catch. Before that catch, he had 56 yards and a touchdown. That moved it all the way to the 49, right at about a 10-yard pickup. Let's see what they sort out here. White Hat's talking it over. Still conversing about the call. Umpire turns and walks to midfield. And here comes the call. It's going to be against the Grizzlies. So they'll mark that all the way down inside of Gila Monster territory. They'll mark it at the 34. So the catch by Wilkes to the 49. They'll mark it all the way down to another 15 to the 34-yard line. .33 seconds remaining. That's a great opportunity now for the Grizzlies with just a little over a half a minute remaining in the second quarter, trying to regain the lead. Maybe another 20 would put him in field goal range. Back to pass is Israel. He'll step up, gets away from the rush, finally throws it on the run, and it's going to be caught at about the 16-yard line. Nice throw and catch, and that's going to move it inside for sure field goal range. They'll mark it at the 16. So gain of 18 on the play. .26 seconds remaining. All right, now we get set. Israel, the quarterback. The snap, the throw over the right side, incomplete pass. A little high pass on the far side. Intended receiver was C.J. Sims on that far side. Brings up a second down and 10 from the 16. Mitchell made the catch on that Israel pass. That was for 18. It got him right here in field goal range. Now you watch the clock with 23 ticks on it before halftime. Butler trying to regain the lead. They led it at 17-9, and Eastern Arizona was able to tie it up. Here's Israel, the snap. Gives it right up the middle to Abrams. And let's see how advancement, well, maybe about 3 picked up on the play. Let's see exactly where they're going to spot it. They'll call timeout to stop the clock with 19 seconds remaining. It's going to bring up a third down play. This timeout's going to be taken by the Grizzlies. We'll get a break in as well. 19 seconds remaining to go in quarter number 2. 17-17 tie. Grizzlies will talk things over to set up the next play. Again, trying to take the lead in before halftime. We'll be right back. The Grizzlies took the timeout. They talked things over. They're going to come out. Third down and 7. Ball's on the 13-yard line of the Gila Monsters. We're tied at 17. C.J. Sims now will be set up right behind Israel as the I formation set. Trips on the right side. He'll send Sims in motion. Back to pass. Is going to go to Sims. Now he's going to reverse it back, and catching it is Israel. Now he's going to come up the middle to the 10, to the 5, to the 4, all the way down. Is he in the end zone? Yes, he is. So a dipsy-doodle play. The pass went to Sims, back to Israel, and Israel took it in. So it is a 13-yard touchdown pass from Butler. A little dipsy-doodle right there with 9 seconds to go in the half. And it's 23-17. So now the point after forthcoming. Sneaky, sneaky. Again, the pass was back to Sims. He looked down on the right side, but one back to Israel. He caught it and took it in. So Israel to Sims to Israel, 4-6. Here's the hold. The point after kick is up, and it is good. And the Grizzlies of Butler will take a lead of 24-17. We'll wait the Grizzly kickoff coming your way with 9 seconds left to go in the quarter right after this. Well, Winters is going to kick off a little. In the stats, it's just going to show us a 13-yard touchdown pass. Yeah, Sims pass complete to Israel for 13 yards. People are going to try to figure that one out. But actually, it was a lateral back to Sims. Then he threw across the field. He actually looked down on the right side of the field. Here's a squib kick. Goes right up, straight up the middle. Picked up at the 15 by the Gila Monsters, trying to return up across the middle. Nice tackle made out there by Will Honus on the return. Carries it forward to about the 33-yard line. 4 seconds to go before halftime. More than likely, the Gila Monsters, Thomas would just take a knee. And there's a flag on the play, however, laying at the 36-yard line. Let's see them sort this one out a little bit. Looks like it's going to go against the Gila Monsters, so must have been a hold. It will be. There was a hold against the Gila Monsters on the return, so they'll mark it at the 24. First and 10, Gila marks it from their own 24 with 4 seconds to go in the quarter. Backbreaker right there was the unsportsmanlike conduct that took it all the way to the 34 and really set up the play for the Grizzlies. And they quickly moved it down on a key third down play, pulled the dipsy doodle, the lateral back to Sims, and then back to Israel, and a touchdown run off the catch. Good for 13 yards and a TD, and they lead at 24-17. All right, here's this play from center. They're going to give it around to Cooksey, and he's going to be stopped. Cooksey will be stopped, and that'll be the end of your first half of play. Your score at halftime, the Grizzlies of Butler 24, the Gila Monsters 17. We'll take a break, come back and add up the stats, take a look at the numbers, and we'll be back with more from Gowans Stadium in Hutchinson, Kansas right after this. Well, welcome back to Gowans Stadium, everybody. Glenn Grunwald broadcasting for the Blue Dragon Sports Network on NJCAA TV. Glad to have you along, and we're at halftime. Butler 24 and Eastern Arizona, the Gila Monsters 17. A nice job by the Grizzlies to being able to get 7 out before going into halftime. There's 45 seconds left to work with, and they were able to move it on down the field after the unsportsmanlike conduct took them down to the 34-yard line, and they were all able to take it down all the way to the 13 and got the 13-yard pass complete back to Israel for the go-ahead touchdown. Let's take a look at the numbers. Time opened with Luke Winter with a 35-yard field goal with 2:59 to go in the first quarter of play. Oh, actually 9:57 to go in the first quarter of play. Made it 3-0. Eastern Arizona was able to answer back with a field goal of their own as LaCour was able to get a 23-yard boot with 6:30 remaining to make it 3-3 tie. And that was the end of the first quarter play. The score, we were locked up at 3 apiece. Eastern Arizona took the lead on a 2-yard run by Hardick Hardrick, that is. The point after kick was blocked. They made it 9-3 then at the start of the second quarter play. With 13:52 remaining in the second quarter, Josh Wilkes took a 56-yard touchdown pass from David Israel. The point after touchdown was good, made it 10-9 Butler. Then you turn around with 4:04 to go in the quarter. Luke Vang with a 14-yard pass from Israel, and David Israel got it to him. The Luke Winter kick was good, made it 17-9, and right back with 45 ticks left on the clock. A Hardrick touchdown run from 1 yard out, and it made it in the run for the two-point conversion by Thomas, made it 17-17 all, and then with 9 seconds remaining, David Israel caught a 13-yard pass from C.J. Sims. The point after kick was good, and that's where we stand at 24-17. For Eastern Arizona rushing, Thomas 18 carries, 76 yards, has losses of 16 for a net of 60. His largest run was a 19-yarder in that first half. He is the quarterback from Eastern Arizona. Deontay Cooksey with 58 yards of rushing, Clifford Lowe with 31 yards, and Andrew Hardrick with 31. Jonathan Thomas is 2 for 3 for 26 yards. His longest was a 16-yarder. Receiving, 2 players for Eastern Arizona. Lowe caught 1 pass for 10 yards. Watson caught another one for 16. LaCour with 1 punt, 38 yards. The punt returns 2 by Ezekiel Moore, 13 yards total. The longest was 15. And also kick returns, Watson with 2 returns for 93 yards. The longest was a 71. And Tiam Pennyman with 1 return for 15 yards. Leading tackler is Josh Amonfo with 2 out of 2, a total of 2. Leon McQuaker with 3 total, as well as Pelmore and Davis with 3 apiece. For the Grizzlies, here's their rushing. 9 carries for 76 yards, and for Kevin Abrams. Isaiah Truss with 4 carries for 22 yards, 1 tote for David Israel, as well as Easton Bruere played in the first quarter of play with 1 carry. Passing, David Israel was 5 out of 7 for 150 yards. Bruere was 1 out of 6 for 10 yards. That was the difference in that second quarter of play. Mitchell with 3 catches for 88 yards. Josh Wilkes, 2 catches for 77 yards. Punting, Joe Stevens with 3 punts, 73 yards total. His average was 24 yards on that. Your tackles are leading tackler for the Grizzlies, Sean Bernard, with 13 total tackles, 7 unassisted. Jake Sauer right behind him with 9. Tony Jones with 6, and Hank Honus with 6. So rushing yards, net 38 for 186 yards for Eastern Arizona, 15 for 92 for Butler. Passing yards, 26 for Eastern Arizona, 181 yards for Butler. And so a total of 212 yards from Eastern Arizona, 273 on 29 plays for Butler. Time of possession, 19 minutes and 33 seconds for Eastern Arizona. The Grizzlies with 10 minutes and 27 seconds. Both teams had 3 penalties apiece for 30 yards. Fumbles lost. Eastern had 2 and lost 1. Butler has not coughed up the football. 4th down conversions, 1 of 1 from Eastern. And also 3rd down conversions, 3 of 8 for Eastern, 1 of 5 for Butler. Red zone chances, 3 of 6 for Eastern, 3 of 3 for Butler. So good ball game, 24-17 at halftime. Going to take a quick break and get the chairman of the Salt City Bowl, Josh, will be coming down here in just a little bit to chat with me. We'll get Coach Gooch to chat about the Salt City Bowl. We'll be back right after this. Well, now joining me at halftime, the chairman of the Salt City Bowl, Josh Gooch, is the athletic director here at Hutchinson Community College. Good to see you, Coach.
Good to see you, Glenn.
Got another rainy day.
I know. Tomorrow's 54. Yesterday was beautiful. I mean, it's like sandwiched in between, one good rainy, dreary day, but got some good football going on.
Yes, we do. Good football, and Grizzlies were able to take advantage of the personal foul. That crazy things happen in the last 45 seconds of a quarter. You know that from all your coaching experience, and they were able to take advantage of it with a little sneaky play and take a 24-17 lead in at intermission. Let's talk about the Salt City Bowl. 8th year of the Salt City Bowl. Last 2 years, the snow came in here and did away with the Kansas representative Dodge City. Right here's a good one, it looks like, with Butler as well as with Eastern Arizona. Let's talk about the process. You try to get the best teams, and let's talk about the agreement with the Western the Football League that they have. I like the agreement because you know you're going to get a good quality opponent here for the Salt City Bowl.
That's right. The way the NJCA goes about having you select your teams as far as their requirements. You have to wait to a certain time. The last poll comes out, then you're looking at teams that are eligible to participate in your bowl. So that has been nice to have an agreement with Western States Football League, an opportunity for us to have, a quality opponent that we're not having to maybe search nationwide. They have a bowl game in Arizona that they're, Arizona Western, of course, puts on in Yuma. They also have the one that the Phoenix area community colleges. Yep. So it allows us to have somebody that has, a solid record, that, good quality football, another well-respected conference for us to pair up with, and one of the 8 junior college bowl games, as you well know.
I was going to say, only 8.
Yep, as being a member of the committee, you well know that. I mean, there's a lot of just small, weekly tasks, monthly tasks that go on to try to pull this event off, and so the committees to be commended. I mean, there's so many people to be thanked. Of course, our corporate sponsors, and the NJCA for allowing us to have the bowl game. And we have a great venue to have a game. We have great support in the community from Stratica, who provides a nice tour for both teams. The atrium, puts us up and puts the banquet on, sponsored by Airport Steakhouse. So.
Exactly. Both teams got in here on Thursday, and then, again, like you talked about, Stratica, which for folks nationwide, it's an underground salt museum. You go down 650 feet under. It's quite well known, and it really is one of the 8 wonders in Kansas. And what Josh was talking about, both teams took organized tours of that, and I think they really enjoyed that. This just was part of the banquet also held last night by both teams. They had a respective banquet, so that's nice to have that type of thing to kind of end your season, trying to make it a little bit special, and, of course, the Salt City actual game itself today.
Yeah, it's a great celebration of each of those teams' seasons, and it gives them a chance to, whether they play a highlight film or recognize their sophomores, just a chance for them to, have the pinnacle of their season. Anytime you're playing football in December, Glenn, junior college, it's pretty special. Yeah. The thing I talked to him about at the banquet last night is anytime you're playing when the Christmas trees are up, that's pretty special.
Well, and today is kind of championship Saturday, so to speak. Even the NCAA, there's a lot of championship league games taking place today. And, of course, like you indicated, 5 of the 8 are being played today in the NJCAA, and including 3 more tomorrow. Other sites all the way around, everywhere from Cedar Falls, Iowa, all the way to Mississippi, all the way out to Arizona, and right here in Hutchinson, Kansas. Now, bowls come and go. I've already been asked this twice this morning. What's the status of the Salt City Bowl? And I was proud to answer them back and says it's pretty doggone good because we got some great sponsors that understand the need for this community.
You bet. We have some great sponsors, and it takes that. I mean, it takes us being fiscally responsible as a board, not biting off more than we can chew as far as guarantees to teams, but also providing enough guarantee that teams feel, like they have a reason to want to say, I'm coming. The second time for Eastern Arizona to come, and I can tell you right now, if we were to ask them every single year to come, they would come.
Yep.
Their president, their athletic director, Jim Bagnell, their head coach, John O'Meara, they've raved about what we've done. This is Butler's first time coming. They've been real thankful. Everybody that they come in contact with from the day they step foot in Hutchinson, we put on, a great bowl game, pre-bowl game. I mean, they should never leave hungry.
Yeah, they get fed well. They get fed well.
Yep, and then and just in general, I mean, the quality of, both of these two teams that are here, they know they're going to have to play good football. I mean, I think that says a lot. And Butler traveled well. The stands are full of purple, which I think both teams are on this side because of the weather.
Because of the weather, a little drizzly,
But I mean, just to kind of revert back to what you were saying, our bowl's in good shape because the people that we have helping us want to help us. they want a junior college bowl game to be here. They care about junior college athletics, and I think, they see a good product here, a good, in years past, of course, up until last year, Hutchinson had an opportunity to play in it, and we'll continue to go out and fundraise so that we can host this bowl game each and every year.
Well, and with that said, it's also a situation to where you try to go out and get the best teams. Sometimes with the guarantees, some teams just aren't able physically, financially to be able to travel. We've had that happen before in previous years when we've invited a team to come, somewhat of a better record team, but they're just not able to make it.
You bet, because you call, you might visit with that institution and you ask them, what's it going to take to get you guys to come out this way, and their answer sometimes is a lot, and I don't, there's not a dollar amount on a lot, but we're real open and up front with them. Hey, this is what we have. You're going to have some responsibilities to cover a few of your meals. You're going to have responsibility to cover your hotel rooms at a cut rate. But just like I'm saying, and you've seen it too, the bowl games that have come and gone is maybe that they've tried to offer too much, bid off more, overpromise, underdeliver. We feel like we underpromise and overdeliver in our bowl game.
Some of the teams that have been here started in 2009. Hutchinson was a winner in that one over New Mexico Military, 22-14 in a really hard-fought ball game. Eastern Arizona was here in 2010, so it's their second visit. Lackawanna College out of Arizona came in 2011. Iowa Central in 2012. Dakota College, way up in the northern part. What is that, 12 miles from Canada?
Bottineau.
Yes, way up there. They came in, and we had the equivalent weather here that same day as well. They came in. Hudson Valley was the opponent back in 2014. And then Dodge City last year, along with Snow College. Snow won that game 38-14 with 24 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to win it going away over the Conquistadors. So what we primarily do, if the Blue Dragons are bowl eligible, they are the representative in the home team. But if they're not, then you take the next best, highest ranked Kansas Jayhawk Conference team, which this year the one that was available became Butler, and in the same way with the Arizona Football League that's out there. Again, last year Snow was a representative. And how's that agreement, by the way? We're trying to lock that in for another couple years.
I visited with Jim, the Eastern Arizona Athletic Director, and I think there's going to be some support for that. We'd like to keep that. I'm hoping that he can go back and see how many of them would consider still doing it. I think that it's highly likely that we'll do that again for another 3 years.
Teams in that conference: Arizona Western, Mesa, Eastern Arizona, Snow, Phoenix, Pima, Scottsdale, and Glendale. Those are all good names in junior college football.
I think it's a win-win for their conference too. They're locked into one of the only 8, and again, they come and go. Next year it might be 7, could be 9, I don't know. But we want to do a good job of having a quality bowl game here, and we have it stood the test of time. Really looking forward to how this game finishes. We got a good one on our hands.
Yes, it really is. I think it's going to be an exciting second half. Thanks for stopping by. As always, good to see you. Appreciate it very much. Appreciate your support, and we're glad to be able to put this nationally out for folks to be able to watch and show off Gowans Stadium here for folks in our facility here. We're going to have a great facility. A lot of people know us for the national tournament, but I think Gowans is starting to bounce up as well. And, of course, the sports arena is just seconds away, months away from being able to be finished as well for the national tournament coming up in March.
Correct. And, Glenn, I want to say thank you to you, not only for the committee, but all you do for junior college athletics in general. You're a great advocate. Hutchinson Community College and Hutchinson, Kansas are really honored to have you.
Well, I appreciate it very much. It was fun to see. So, Josh Gooch, the chairman of the Salt City Bowl. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with second half action just a few minutes away. We'll be back right after this. Well, welcome back to Gowans Stadium. Special thanks to Josh Gooch for stopping by the booth to talk about the Salt City Bowl and over the last few years, the agreement that we have with the Western States Football League out in Arizona and Utah part of the nation. One score to report, one final from the bowl game that was held down at Copers Cove, Texas, the Heart of Texas Bowl. Trinity Valley went to 11-1 with a 34-24 win over number 5 ranked Northwest Mississippi. Trinity Valley was number 4 ranked. Northwest Mississippi's record now is 9-3. Trinity Valley at 11-1 and solid in 4th place. Game that is just getting underway. Central Lakes undefeated at number 6 taking on DuPage. That's at the Red Grange Bowl. That's in Glen Ellen, Illinois. Later on, action between number 2 Arizona Western and number 1 Garden City for the national championship. That is going to be happening. Kickoff is right around 2 o'clock Central Time, and that will be the El Toro Bowl that's out in Yuma, Arizona. The Valley of the Sun Bowl is in Mesa, Arizona. That game happening a little bit later. Mesa 8-2 will take on Lackawanna, Pennsylvania, both number 8 and number 7 respectively. There are 3 bowl games tomorrow. The Graphic Edge Bowl in Cedar Falls, Iowa will happen with Rochester taking on Ellsworth. That is a 11 o'clock kickoff tomorrow morning, and also they'll be followed up by a game between Holmes and Iowa Western. That's all happening. Number 9 Holmes 6-3 take on Iowa Western. The Reavers at 6-5. That is a later game tomorrow. Sandwiched in between, you can watch it on NJCAA TV, will be Kilgore, number 13, taking on number 3 East Mississippi. That'll be a 2 o'clock afternoon start tomorrow afternoon Central Time. So 3 games tomorrow, 5 today. This one right here, we have a 24-17 lead as we head into the 3rd quarter with the Grizzlies on top of the Eastern Arizona Gila Monsters. Grizzlies out on the field, Gila Monsters out as well, and we're about set to get underway. Again, a pleasure to have you along today as well for more football action, as it's about a quarter till 3 o'clock Central Daylight Savings Time, as we'll be getting the second half kickoff underway in just a little bit. Again, Josh talked about the fine sponsors. Salt City Bowl does have some fine sponsors. Central Bank and Trust, as well as Prairie Bank in Kansas. Also the Bradbury Company, a KFSA insurance company locally here in Hutchinson, and several other great supporters in Eagle, including Eagle Radio, is my employer. And we're thankful to have a Pizza Ranch on as well, Hubco Incorporated, Scott's Professional Lawn Service, Jackson Meat, and 13 West 6 helps out. The Summit helps out. And just a lot of great supporters here of this game, as well as City Beverage, and also Brett's and Young Insurance, Elliott Mortuary, several other great sponsors here of this event, including Hutchinson Community College helps put it on. Fee Insurance also active and in support of this as well, including the Airport Steakhouse, was sponsored both banquets last night, and also the law firm of Mann, Wyatt, and Rice as well. So both teams on the field as we get set for the second half of play. And again, a good first half of play, 24-17. We were tied up 17-17 all with 48 seconds left to go before halftime. Butler was able to get a touchdown on the board with a little fancy schmancy play, with Israel receiving the pass back from C.J. Sims. And we are about set to get underway here with the second half of play, 3rd quarter. Kickoff getting set to come up. It's going to be coming up. It's going to be the Gila Monsters getting set to kick off. Kicking off will be Patrick LaCour. LaCour is out of Edna High School, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And now we get set. All righty, here we go. Here's the kick, opening kick of the second half. Deep kick's going to be taken at the 4-yard line. And here's a reverse. They're going to give it off to Sims. Sims on the left side with some room to run, and he stumbles and falls forward to the 30-yard line. Boy, it looked like he was off to the races, and all of a sudden stumbled forward and dropped at the 30. So Kendall Stewart received the kickoff and then pitched it to C.J. Sims. The original catch was made at the 4, and then they reversed it on a pitch, and it will be Butler Grizzly football. Grizzlies will take the opportunity here with 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. They open up the third quarter of play. Here's the quick handoff. Abrams up the middle, carried the ball a lot in the first half. And Young on the stop defensively for the Gila Monsters. 2nd down and 6 now facing the Grizzlies of Butler. Starting the second half is Israel. He did not start the ball game, however. Bruere did and went 1 for 6. That might have had a lot to do with the change at the start of the second quarter of play. Put wideouts left and right with twins on the right side. Full house backfield, back in the shotgun is Israel. Goes to the snap, keeps it himself, goes forward and falls forward across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Pickup of 2 on the play. 3rd down and a key 4th down for a 4-yard call coming forward here. Just underway, third quarter play. 24-7, Grizzlies of Butler. So 3rd and 4 the call. Junior college basketball all across the nation as well, and respective schools in action already. Back in the shotgun again is Israel. Wideouts right and left. Back to pass, he'll throw it across the middle. Aaron pass, not there, and wanting the flag was Brett Waddell, did not get the call. Shamley on the stop, or the coverage at least. Brings up a 4th down now, 4th down punting situation for the Grizzlies. So they will come in and kick the football away. Doing the honors will be number 37, Joe Stevens. He will check in. He's out of Wichita. He'll kick the football away with the bright lime shoes. Standing back deep at his own 39 will be the Gila Monsters set to receive. Here's a rugby-style kick off the right side. Hits at the 39, takes a Grizzly run. There's a fumble football. It's a live ball, and Grizzlies come up with it. A big mistake made out there by the Gila Monsters. Number 22, Ezekiel Moore. It bounced to him, and he caught it in a crowd off the ground, decided he might surprise, and the force was made by Spencer Claiborne. And the ball popped loose, and the Grizzlies got on it. Tyler West came up with the loose football. So 1st and 10 now for the Grizzlies. Golden opportunity. They had a gift inside of Gila Monster territory right at the end of the first half of play by getting the ball at the 34-yard line and then took it in from 13 yards out. Right here now they have it inside of Gila Monsters possession as well. There's a run as the pitch went all the way out to Sims. He was behind the line of scrimmage, so it became a run. He carries it forward right to the 36. They'll mark a loss on the play of 1. 2nd down and 10 now. So with the football, the Grizzlies of Butler. 2nd down and 11. Right before the half, if you just tuned in, Butler was able to score late in the first half of play. And take a 24-17 lead, and that's where we stand right now. And a whistle of stoppage on the play. I believe it's going to be, timeout's going to be taken by the Grizzlies. Coach Schaffner wants to talk things over. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this. Now 2nd down and 11. Butler wants to talk things over with 12:31 to go in the third period. There's a great opportunity for them to go up by 2 scores. Gila Monsters came back to tie it at 17 apiece, and on the ensuing kickoff, the Grizzlies took it to the Gila Monsters 49-yard line. Unsportsmanlike conduct took it to the 34, and the Grizzlies were able to drive it down with give a 13-yard pass play from Sims to back to Israel for the touchdown to go ahead at halftime, 24-17. Here with the fumble recovery after the Gila Monsters has stopped the Grizzlies on the opening drive that they had in the third quarter now, are set up 2nd down and 11. Back to pass. Israel decides to run with it. He's going to tuck it around the left side, trying to get to the sticks, and he does. 1st and 10. Nice job by Israel. Ran out of bounds right at the 24-yard line, so that'll move the chains. 24-17 your score. Third quarter of action, 12:25 to go in this third period. They'll mark it right at the 25, so 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Grizzlies. Israel still in at quarterback. Abrams at the tailback position. They'll split out wide and left. To the left to give to Abrams. Is going to pop off one tackler all the way down to the 20 to the 19-yard line. Nice pickup of about 6 on the carry. Brings up a 2nd down and 4 call for Butler. Waddell will check into the ball game. He'll come in at the running back spot, or tight end spot, excuse me. They'll split out wide, left and right. That's Curry on the left side. Over on the right side will be Waddell. Man in motion, right to left as you watch and listen. Here to give, turning the corner straight up the field on the run is going to be number 28, Isaiah Truss. Pick up close to the 1st down, but just a little short. Isaiah Truss had 4 carries for 20 yards in the first half of play. They'll give him 3 on that carry. 3rd down and 1 now facing the Grizzlies. Nose of the football on the 16. Got to get to the 15 for the 1st down. They'll split out wide right on the wideouts for the Grizzlies. Back up under center, quickly going with a quarterback sneak, and they get the 1st down. Israel saw something in the gap and came up quickly, got the snap, and good for the 1st down. That'll move the chains. They evidently saw a gap that was uncovered. Decided, hey, I'm going to take advantage of that and move the sticks. Ball right at the 15, so 1st and 10. Inside the red zone now for the Grizzlies in this third quarter of play. 24-17 Butler. Israel the quarterback. Long snap count. Now he gets set. Here the turn straight up the middle. Nice run right across all the way down to the 6-yard line. Nifty run by Truss. Isaiah Truss. Again, 5 totes for 23 yards. This one he just ripped off about 7. Be 2nd down and a short 3. Nose of the football right at the 7. Clock moving, under 10 minutes now in this third quarter of play. 2nd down and 3. Israel, the quarterback, Abrams right behind him to set a man in motion. That'll be harder. Abrams trying to turn the corner at the 5-4-3 and in for the touchdown. Touchdown from Abrams from 7 yards out. Nifty run by Abrams around that right side. Makes it 30-17 Grizzlies on top of Eastern Arizona. Well, he just stretched that field and broke the plane right at the pylon. Here's the hold for point after. The kick is on its way. It is up and it is good. And your score with 9:28 to go in the third quarter play. Butler 31, Eastern Arizona 17. The flag on the play. Let's see what it's going to be. I think it's going to be tacked on the kickoff. We'll sort it up while we're away. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Well, Grizzlies will have to kick to a short field as the ball is going to be placed on the 50. 2 penalties on the play. First one was declined. Both were on the Gila Monsters. Second one was taken. Makes it 31-17. The Grizzlies. So they will kick the football from the 50-yard line. So more than likely, this one will be by Winter on the kickoff. Will be put into the end zone. Maybe you go for an onside. Hey, you never know. Would be an opportunity, although you're up by 2 scores. He's going to kick it away. It's going to go about 4 yards deep, and it will be down right there. So Gila Monsters will have the football. Again, they're out of Thatcher, Arizona. They'll have it at their own 20-yard line. They're trailed by 2 touchdowns right now at 9:28 to go in the third quarter. 31-17 is your score. Again, if you just tuned in, winning the Heart of Texas Bowl, Trinity Valley winning that one 34-24. That's number 4 Trinity Valley, number 4 Northwest Mississippi, 34-24. That was your final there. Other games underway, Central Lakes into Page, as well as Eastern Arizona, as well as Arizona Western, in Garden City in action as well today. So Gila Monsters set up 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Trying to turn the corner and pick up of a couple yards, actually a loss of a couple yards. They'll put it to 2nd down at about 4. So 2nd down and 12 now. With the football will be the Gila Monsters. 2nd down and 12. Football at the 22-yard line. Turn to give up the middle. Quick opener across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Nice pickup of about 8 on the play. Bernard on the stop for the Grizzlies. Truss will check out of the lineup. Send a new man in. Be Trenton Autry now in for the Gila Monsters. He'll be the setback. Thomas, the quarterback. Turn and give up the middle. Trying to battle for the 1st down. He'll be stopped short. And they give him the 1st down. Let's see. It looks from this angle like they might have. On the carry was Autry. Trenton Autry. Yeah, pick up a 4, they'll give him the 1st down, so 1st and 10. They'll mark it right at the 35. Here's the turn, Gila Monsters with the football. And loose football, it's on the turf, going to be picked up by the Grizzlies. So another turnover by the Gila Monsters. That's been the story of the ballgame so far. And they come up with the big steal right there. And we'll have the football as they sort things out. I'm pretty sure they're going to have it. And yeah, the players are all celebrating. And then finally they just say, yes, it is Grizzly football. This could be big. Grizzlies could go up by 3 touchdowns. All right, let me check on it here. It will be at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 Grizzlies. All right, Grizzlies. 4 turnovers, and 3 have turned into the Grizzlies' hands, and they have turned them into football, into scores. Here, back to pass. Israel again wants to go for the big one. All the way down, it's going to be intercepted, and right at the 7-yard line. So Eastern Arizona was able to get the pick. That's Ezekiel Moore. And intercepted by Moore. Puts the ball deep in Gila Monster territory, but at least they have the football. They're going to mark it right at the 7-yard line. So 1st and 10, Gila Monsters now. Grizzlies had a great opportunity to go up by 3 scores. 7:38 to go in the third quarter play. Thomas will remain in at quarterback. Again, they'll have it on their own 7-yard line. Thomas, the pitch back, trying to turn the corner around the right side, and they'll stay in bounds. They're going to mark it officially right at the 15-yard line, so a pickup of about 7 or 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2, we'll call it. Again, Jonathan Thomas, the quarterback, rushed for over 900 yards this season. There he pitches it out on the right side, runs that option around the right side and out of bounds, but they did pick up the 1st down. Chris Brinson on the carry. We check that. Yeah, it will be Chris Brinson on the carry, number 2, out of Savannah, Georgia. A lot of Georgia kids again on this line, on this Gila Monster team. Gila Monsters turn. Thomas to give up the middle. Little or no gain. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Give him maybe a yard on the carry. Second down and 9 call for the Gila Monsters forthcoming. Going with a lone setback. Thomas will give it to him straight up the middle. Gain of a few yards on the carry. And again, on the carry was number 30, Cooksey, DeAndre Cooksey. He's out of Thomasville, Georgia. Third and 6 to call now for the Gila Monster. Key 3rd down play right now with 5:37 to go in the 3rd, trailing at 31-17. Again, they were here back at the Gowans Stadium in 2010 for their first trip to the Salt City Bowl. Man in motion, a turn up the middle, trying to stretch it a little bit. Will not get the 1st down. Ball stretched to the 30-yard line. Thomas on the carry. So 4th down in a punting situation facing the Gila Monsters. Grizzlies will come out and get set with their punt team into the ball game. Sims will be back to return. Also back to return will be number 18, Flanagan. Now check that. Number 18, Mitchell. Myron Mitchell and Sims. Mitchell on the near side, Sims on the far side. Here's the punt. It's going to hit right at the 36 and take a Gila Monster bounce, picked up, or no, close to being picked up by the Grizzlies, but he got away from it. Boy, I thought Myron Mitchell, if he didn't, it went right between his legs. And it's going to be down by the Gila Monsters. A little bit farther back, they'll mark it at the 22. And I tell you what, one of the officials just came in. Gila Monsters are saying, the Gila Monsters were saying, was it touched? They say, yes, it does. They do say it was touched. Mitchell had to go right between his legs. And they say he touched him. Let's see who recovered it, was over there. And it will go over to the Gila Monsters. So, boy, coaching staff for the Grizzlies really upset. Coach Schaffner's way out on the field, and he has explained to him. The way Mitchell reacted, like he got away from it, he didn't go after the football at all. He acted like he got away from it. Evidently, they say it was touched by him. Yep, they're saying it's touched by the receiving team, so the ball will go over to the Grizzlies 1st and 10, or to the Gila Monsters 1st and 10. All right, here comes the Gila Monsters on the carry. It's going to be Thomas. He's going to break through for a touchdown. Thomas broke through and took advantage of that. That will be a 23-yard run from scrimmage with 4:27 to go in this third quarter play. Makes it a little bit tighter ball game, 31-23 now. Tell you what, he had a lot of contact and broke loose. So here comes the point after. LaCour, here's the hold and the kick. And it is up and it is good. Your score with 4:27 to go in the third period of play. It's Butler 31, Eastern Arizona 24. We'll be right back. Well, the Gila Monsters took advantage of the turnover by the Grizzlies. They say the punt touched a Grizzly player, and then it was picked up by Dwayne Furlow. And on the next play from scrimmage, Thomas took it in from 23 yards out to make it 31-24. Wow. So here comes the Gila Monsters. See if they're going to kick it away or not. Surely they will here with third quarter, 4:27 to go. Here comes the kick. Sims watches it sail into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. It'll come back out. And the Grizzlies will have the football with 4:27 to go in the third period of play. Arizona Western in the championship game is taking the lead 14-13 now, second quarter of action. That's out in El Toro Bowl. And here back in is Israel, a quarterback. He gets set, and he'll have wideouts left and right, twins on the right side. The give straight up the middle, nice bit of running room. And carrying it is Abrams. Abrams having a good day. Abrams with, before that carry, 12 carries for 92 yards. His longest was a 40-yarder. That one a pickup of about 8, second down and 2. So now he's hit the 100-yard mark. Nice day for that young man. Abrams out of Pensacola, Florida. It's a little colder here today than it is at Pensacola. Grizzlies give it a right side Abrams. This time he loses some yardage. Knocked backwards to about the 32-yard line. So a loss of a couple brings up a 3rd down and 4 call unofficially with 3:30 to go in this third period. Grizzlies got the first action going with the field goal in the first quarter. It was tied at 3 apiece, and Gila Monsters took a 9-3 lead. Point after touchdown was not good. Grizzlies came back and got a touchdown to make it 10-9. Then 17-9 they led it. Here's a give out the middle, close to the first down. Going to stretch a little bit. Lots of tackling. Abrams works for it hard, and he does pick up the first down. So they'll move the chains on that far side. 37-yard lines where they're going to mark it with 3:02 remaining to go here in the third period of play. Clock moving away. Glad to have you along again on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Glenn Grunwald, your play-by-play announcer. Steve Carpenter, statistician extraordinaire. And he's waving to the crowd. And I formation set now for 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. Ball on their own 37-yard line. Back to give up the middle. He's going to take it on the right side. It's Abrams across the 40 down to about the 43-yard line. Nice pickup by Abrams. Well over 100 yards now on the afternoon. So this will bring up a 2nd down and about 4 call. Clock nearing the 2-minute mark of this third period of play. This has been a quick game today, actually. Grizzlies really took advantage of a quick turnover at the end of the second quarter, taking that lead at halftime of 24-17. Here's back to give by Abrams. Abrams trying to turn the corner and loses a couple yards. Back to about the 41-yard line. Loss of 2. Brings up 3rd down and 6. Key call coming for the Grizzlies of Butler. $1:23 remaining to go in this third period of play. 31-24. Key play right here. 3rd down and long. 3rd and 6. Facing Butler. Isaiah Truss back in that backfield now, giving Abrams a little bit of a break. Back to passes Israel. Cross the middle. Catch made by the big man right there. That's Curry, and he's still up on his feet, still trying to make something happen. Breaks loose at the 40, 35, down to the 30, 20, 25, 15, 10, 5, and knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Wow, what a catch. He caught it at about the 45 and thought he was just about down. He broke loose. And they'll take it all the way down to the 1. Big play. A 58-yard catch by Curry all the way down to the 1-yard line. Curry looked like he's going to be contained. He would have had the first down, but all of a sudden he popped loose. Kid's a big kid. 6'3", 210 out of Cordova, Tennessee. Grizzlies are set up now, 1st and 10 inside the red zone, big time, down to the 1. Israel comes up under center, takes a snap, goes on the quarterback keeper, trying to lean in. Is he close? And they say, yes, he is. Touchdown, Butler. So a 1-yard run by Israel puts Butler on the board now, 37-24. Butler leading 37-24. Winners point after touchdown coming up. All right, winner gets set for the extra point. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick, and it is good. And your score with 23 seconds remaining to go in the third period of play. It's Butler 38, Eastern Arizona 24. We'll be back for the Butler kickoff right after this. Well, Curry with his only catch of the game, but he took advantage of it, 58 yards and a touchdown. Israel then rushed, actually took it down to the 1-yard line. Israel took it in from there. And now the Grizzlies getting set to kick off with 23 ticks left on the clock in this third quarter, leading at 38-24. So up by 2 touchdowns again is Butler. Winner getting set for the kickoff. See who we have deep for the Gila Monsters. It's going to be taken on the far side, right up from the 2-yard line, all the way up across the 20 to the 24. Stop was made out there. 1st and 10 for the Gila Monsters, deep in their own territory now. They'll mark it right at the 23. So 1st and 10 with 15 seconds left to go for the Gila Monsters. Let's see if they're conservative or if they come out running the foot. Thing about it, they run the football so much. They had thrown today, but not a lot. 3 passes, 2 for 3 for 26 yards is Thomas. But they are primarily a running team, the #1 running team in the nation. Thomas, the quarterback, comes up under center. Sends a man in motion. He'll pitch it around on the left wing. Trying to turn it, the corner out there is low. And he would be run out of bounds right at about the 41-yard line, mark it right at the 40.5-yard line. 9 seconds to go in the quarter, so they'll get another mark. They'll mark it at the 41. So a nifty pickup. 18 on the run. Three seconds, 2 seconds. They're going to let the time run off the clock. And we will go to the fourth quarter. A 2-touchdown lead, 38-24 for the Grizzlies of Butler. We will take a break. We'll be back for the fourth and final quarter right after this.
Hi, I'm Kevin Bowen, and I'm honored to welcome you to the famous Gowans Stadium, home of the Salt City Bowl.
Today's game features 2 teams from the competitive Jayhawk Conference and Western States Football League, and will conclude several days of memorable experiences for the student athletes and coaches.
This year's Salt City Bowl is one of only 8 junior college bowl games in the nation.
And is one of 3 NJCAA championship level events that is hosted right here in Hutchinson, Kansas.
The Salt City Bowl is committed to continuing its support of entertaining and high-quality local sporting events.
Today's game exists because of your great support and generosity, and we thank you.
We hope the fans of both teams have an excellent day full of fun, food, and football.
We are proud to be part of the 2016 Salt City Bowl.
We are proud to be your host for the 2016 Salt City Bowl.
Enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game.
All right, 1st and 10 Gila Monsters at their own 41-yard line. Run by Thomas around the left side. He's open down to the 50 to 40, down to the 35-yard line, and finally ran out of bounds on the far side by the Grizzlies. Tell you what, that kid's got some speed. When he turns the corner for a quarterback, he can really rumble. And took it all the way down. They'll mark it right at the 34-yard line, right around that area, 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Total net rushing yards now for the Grizzlies, 150. For the Gila Monsters, 260. Passing yards for Butler, 239 to 26 for Eastern Arizona. Thompson will keep it himself, rolls around the right side, still rolling away, and all the way down to the 25-yard line. They're marked officially at the 26. So they'll mark it at the 26, 2nd down, and about 3 remaining. 2nd and 3. Fourth quarter action, 14:07 to go here at the National Championship game. Garden City just took the lead on a long run. There's a give on the left side. Is there a fumble? Let's see what they picked up. Nope, no fumble. Loss of about a yard on the play. Thomas got it back. So 3rd down and 5 now to call. All right, here we go. They'll send a man in motion. Fumble on the play again. This time I think the Grizzlies might have got it, or Thomas get it back again. He got it back again. So they'll mark it a loss on the play, another yard. For 4th down now, the call. So more than likely, is this outside of field goal range? I would believe you. Why would you take the risk? 4th down. Then again, they might as well go for it. Down by 2 scores with 12:46 to go. And back to pass across the middle. It's caught at the 25 down to the 21st and 10 Grizzlies. They picked up the 1st down on the 4th down. Clifford Lowe on the catch and the run gives them the 1st down. So mark the ball at the 19. Pickup of 12, and they needed all 12 of them. Moves it inside of Butler territory in the red zone at the 19. Gila Monsters really need to score and score pretty quickly. They give up the middle, wide open up the middle, number 7 on the carry. That's going to be Hardrick. And Hardrick churns his way down to about the 11, 12-yard line. They'll mark it officially at the 12. So pickup of 6, 2nd down, and 3, they'll say. Ball nose of the football on the 12-yard line. Man in motion again, the long pitch, the rocket pitch on the outside, trying to turn the corner. Good defensive play by the Grizzlies. Yeah, it's Christopher Brinson trying to turn the corner. Jones comes up and knocks him down. Jones, a linebacker out of Castleberry, Florida. Key 3rd down play. Thomas, the quarterback. Turns. And a run by 15. And he just fell backwards and fell down. Might have had somebody step on his foot. Loss on the play is going to go back to the 19. So here's another key 4th down. He converted on one just a little while ago. So 10:49, clock moving away, a 2-touchdown lead for Butler, 38-24. Gila Monsters need to do something here. Center just flat stepped on Thompson's foot, and he fell back to the 20. Back to pass and stoppage of play. Timeout's going to be taken by the Grizzlies. We'll get a break in as well. Your score with 10:33 to go in the ball game. It's Butler 38, Eastern Arizona 24 in the Salt City Bowl for 2016. We'll be back right after this. Well, key 4th down play for the Gila Monsters. Glad to have you along this afternoon on the Blue Dragon Sports Network for the Salt City Bowl in Hutchinson, Kansas. I'm Glenn Grunwald, your play-by-play host. Special help from Steve Carpenter with all the statistician work. Good to have Josh Gooch, our chairman of the bowl, stop by at halftime. Here's the back to pass is Thomas, and it's knocked down. Thomas Back to pass on 4th down as a knockdown. The Grizzlies will take over. That was a big play with 10:30 to go. Gila Monsters really needed to make something happen. They moved the ball pretty good all year long, and right there had a knockdown to the line of scrimmage. So the Grizzlies will take over. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line. Looks like Israel will return. In at quarterback. Give to Abrams, trying to turn the corner, and then he's going to be bottled up and thrown for a loss, actually. Loss of a couple on the play. They'll set the ball on the 18-yard line after the loss on the play by Abrams. Clock moving under 10 minutes now left to go in the ball game. Butler's probably going to be content just to take time off the clock and run the football. Israel, the quarterback. Blythewood, South Carolina is his hometown. The turn to give on the right side is Abrams. Gets across the 20, a flag flies. And it could be a hold as a Butler Grizzly is down at the 19. See what the call is going to be. It came from the area where you might have seen a hold. They'll substitute. Coming in will be a Grizzly. Flags are being sorted out now as we speak. Football is at the 22. Fouls on both teams indicate a hold against the Grizzlies. And a face mask against the defense will offset. So move the football back to the 18-yard line. 2nd down now. 2nd down 11 from the 18. All right, breaking huddle of the Grizzlies. Grizzlies get set, letting time go off the clock. 9:32 to go now. Israel, the quarterback, turns again and gives to Abrams. Abrams trying to go through. Ball fumble on the play, picked up by the Gila Monsters, and they'll take it into the end zone for the touchdown. Returned by Justin Ewan. And into the end zone he goes, and all of a sudden it is 38-30. So the Gila Monsters answer on that when the fumble was returned and taken right in the end zone. Got a nice bounce on it. Ball popped away. And LaCour will be in to try to point after. A 25-yard return for the touchdown. Ball actually moved up the field to the 25 because the snap was from the 18, and ball was going end over end, bounced right up into the defensive man's hands. And McCarty took it into the end zone. Here comes the extra point try. 38-30 is your score here. Here's the hold and the kick. It is on its way. It is up, and it is good. And your score with 9:19 to go. Got a good one going. Grizzlies 38, Gila Monsters 31. Butler on top by 7. We'll be back with the Gila Monster kickoff coming your way right after this. Well, welcome back to the Salt City Bowl. 41 degrees here in the Salt City of Hutchinson. Still off and off rain. Looked like it's cleared off a little bit as it was raining when the game started. Now it is let up. Still a 40% chance this evening. So 41 degrees. The temperature's dropped about 5 degrees from game time temperature of 46. And here comes the Gila Monsters kickoff as they were able to take advantage of a miscue and took it in from 25 yards out. Here's the end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken at about the 7. Up the field goes Stewart. Kendall Stewart on the run, and he'll be dropped right there up to the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Butler now. Again, with 9:13 to go, Gila Monsters taking advantage of the turnover, and they'll set up defensively. All right, Grizzlies will have the football. By the way, at halftime, it's Garden City 19, Arizona Western 14 at halftime. Here it's Israel. Gives again to his running back around the right side. Abrams takes it all the way around. Nice pickup, about 8 yards. You know, Abrams wants to get back in there and make a miss for fumbling the football. Picked up a nice run of 9. They'll bring it up 2nd down and 1. Brett Waddell will check back into the lineup. Abrams stays in there. As they will substitute, Tyler Curry will check out. Curry with a great catch and a run down to the 1 to set up that last Grizzly touchdown, which right now looks big on the board with the Grizzlies leading 38-31. Israel, the quarterback, to turn, stop on the play. Abrams doesn't get there. He gets forward progress to about the 28-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it. 3rd down and long, 3rd down and about 2 now forthcoming. Loss of a yard on the play. So the Gila Monsters set up defensively. They give up the 9 yards, but then they stop the next couple plays. Brings up a key 3rd here. C.J. Sims checks back into the lineup. He'll split wide on the left side. Josh Wilkes will be out on the near side as well. There's Israel, the quarterback, back in the shotgun. More like the pistol. Here comes, they stop each play with a whistle. See what we have. Yep, the clock had run out. I believe it's going to be the delay of game. That's a big call right there with 3rd down and short. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll go against the Grizzlies. Marches it back, and ball will go back to the 23-yard line. 3rd down and 7. So a key 3rd down play right here with 7:42 to go. 7:42 remaining to go in this 4th and final period. So the Grizzlies looked at 2nd down and 1. Now they face 3rd down and 7. They'll split out wide on the right side, back to pass. And taking off on the run now is Israel. Now he passes. The catch is made at the 40 down to the 50-yard line inside of Gila Monster territory. A big play by the Grizzlies. See where they officially mark it all the way down to the 46-yard line. Wow. Huge throw by Israel on a key 4th down and 3rd down and 7. So they'll move the chains. First and 10, Grizzlies inside of Eastern Arizona territory, ball on the 46. Israel will give it off and stop for no gain, actually a loss on the play. The stop was made on the Grizzlies. And coming out of the lineup, that was Isaiah Truss, and he will be hurt. He's limping off the field now. Truss will come out. Abrams will come back in. So let's see if Truss is going to be okay or not. He limped off the field after carrying on that carry. They'll reset the game clock. They'll mark it back to, 6 minutes and 30 seconds. All right. Abrams back into running back as Truss came out limping. Clock moving along now, 6:20 remaining. Butler with a big third down play, 3rd down and 7. Israel trying to get away from the rush. He throws it away out of bounds. It'll bring up a 2nd down call. Second and 12 with the ball on the 48-yard line. And there is a flag on the play right at the 40-yard line. So we'll check and see what that one's all about. Let's see what the flag is all about. Yeah, they're going to call it. There's no foul. They thought possibly the flag was for maybe grounding of the football. Play will stand. 3rd down now. 3rd down and 12. All right, 3rd down and 12 now. They had thought is that there was illegal downfield, but since he threw the ball away. Here's a toss on the inside, and Grizzlies catch it, but a quick stop made. It'll bring up a 4th down. Now flags fly from everywhere. It's going to be 4th and 12 now. Yeah, let's sort this out. The catch was made, but behind the line of scrimmage, little or no gain, and now let's sort it out because we had penalty flags on the play. 6 minutes left to go in this 4th and final period. Unsportsmanlike on C.J. Sims as he put the ball to the ground. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Sims was tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and he was upset that he didn't get away and spiked the ball evidently, and they called unsportsmanlike. It'll take it all the way back to the 36-yard line. The Grizzlies will have to punt it away from there. That's a pretty big penalty right there, considering the situation with 6 minutes to go and lots of time left. Gila Monsters 1 score behind. They'll have pretty good field position. Back in punt formation for the Grizzlies. Got it away. That's Stevens' punt. It's going to sail out of bounds on the far side. So the Gila Monsters will set up shop with the ball on their own 29-yard line. 71 yards away from tying this ball game up. .5:31 remaining to go in the 4th quarter, excuse me, 4th and final quarter of this year's Salt City Bowl. This one has been a good one from the start of the ball game. Butler took a 3-0 lead. Gila Monsters have come back and tied it up at 3. Then the Gila Monsters scored a touchdown. Point after touchdown was not good. 9-3 was your score. Eastern Arizona. Butler answered back with a 10-9 score, then took a 17-9 lead. Then the Gila Monsters came back, scored, and went for 2, tied it up at 17 apiece. Butler then scored right before halftime to make it 24-17. There's a carry across the 30 up to about the 31-yard line. Eastern Arizona, Clifford Lowe. So 2nd down and 7 now, gain of 3 on the play, clock nearing the 5-minute mark. That third period, you saw a Abrams 7-yard run, as well as a Jonathan Thompson for Eastern Arizona 23-yard run for touchdowns, and then David Israel with a 1-yard run. Sean Menard with the stop for the Grizzlies. Makes it 3rd down and short, 3rd and about 1. Gain of 6 on the play, puts the ball at the 38-yard line. .429 to go. Gila Monsters with the football. They'll give it straight up the middle. They got the first down. Still grinding, trying to get to the 45. They'll mark it officially at the 44-yard line. Pickup of about 6. So 1st and 10 now, Gila Monsters. They'll move the chains, and the Gila Monsters get set. They're going with a hurry up. All right. Clock moving to close to the 4-minute mark. Now they break huddle. Look like they're going to go quick, and now the timeout's going to be taken. They'll stop the clock with 4:08 to go. I'll tell you what, some precious minutes, seconds kind of rolled off there. And now they will substitute. Now we get set. They'll wind the clock, and away it goes again. 38-31. Grizzlies. Gila Monsters, though, trying to drive and tie it down. Here's the pitch back on the outside, trying to turn the corner and dive forward for the close to the first down. On the run was Watson. They'll mark it right at the 47-yard line, about a yard short of the first down. 2nd down and 1 facing the Gila Monsters. That time the Grizzlies really did a good job of containing Thomas. Jonathan Thomas was squared off. He had nothing. He had a punt, had a pitch it away. Here's a carry by Thomas. He has the first down, 2 to 45. Clock at the 3:19 mark. 1st and 10 now, Gila Monsters. Eastern Arizona out of Thatcher, Arizona. They were ranked earlier in the year. There was one time when Butler was number 2 in the nation. They came into this game number 14. They were number 2 on September 12th. Give up the middle, and carrying up the middle, Cooksey with the carry. They'll mark it at the 43, 2nd down and about 7 or 8. Eastern was number 16 in the nation on September 6th, and then fell out of the rankings with the ensuing losses they had after that. Thomas gives straight up the middle. That's Cooksey trying to get something happening. Only picks up about a yard. So 3rd down and 7 now facing the Gila Monsters with 2:20 left. And time is starting to not be their friend right now. By the way, Cooksey will limp out of the ball game. They will substitute. They'll break huddle. Grizzlies trying to get a big stop here. 4 down territory, no doubt, with 1:58 to go, down by a score. Here's Thomas out of the shotgun, trying to turn the corner. Looks like he has the yardage, going around out of bounds right about the 30-yard line. He'll step forward, be out of bounds to 29. He has the first down. That'll stop the clock with 1:49 to go. So Thomas around the outside picked up the first down on the carry. Boy, that was a long developing play. He's a load coming around the right side. Has some speed as well. So 1st and 10, Gila Monsters. Ball on the 29 of the Grizzlies with 1:49 to go. Hardwick back in there. There's again the Hardwick. He's has some room down to the 10. Puts his head forward all the way down to the 6-yard line. Mark it actually at the 7. So inside of the red zone for the Gila Monsters. Nifty run by number 7, Andrew Hardwick. Hardwick is out of Panama City, Florida. All right, here we go. Thomas keeps it. He's going to churn forward, gets loose, and he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Gila Monsters. Wow. Extra point forthcoming. It makes it 38-37. He broke loose at the 5 and churned his legs forward and took it in the end zone with 1:23 to go. All right, here we are. They're going to go for 2. They're going to go for the win here. And they will call a timeout. A timeout's going to be taken with 1:23 to go. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the try for 2 coming your way right after this. Welcome back to the Salt City Bowl 2016 edition. Butler out of El Dorado, Kansas, and Eastern Arizona out of Thatcher, Arizona. 38-37, the try for 2 for the win. Well, maybe with 1:23 to go, at least for the lead for Eastern forthcoming. Thomas took it hard around that outside. He was actually contact made at the 5, but he's such a big quarterback, a big load. He took it right on in. He's 200 pounds, 6 foot, but he looks bigger from up here. I think if they would have hit him a little lower, would have had a better opportunity to drop him, and not the case. All right, here we go. In the backfield is going to be Hardrick. And also Lowe, the turn. Thomas is going to keep it, tries to get in the end zone, and he does. And a 2-point conversion is good for the second time today. And Butler now trails 39-38. Eastern Arizona has taken the lead by 1. So 1 minute and 23 seconds to go. Don't go away, because Butler, if you were listening or watching at the second quarter, they were able to put 6 on the board late after getting the football and took the lead into halftime. A great effort right there by Thomas, both on the touchdown as well as adding the point after. 39-38, Eastern Arizona with the lead. We'll be back for the Eastern Arizona kickoff right after this. All right, here we go. Here is the Gila Monster kickoff. You know they're going to probably do a squib or even kick it out of bounds and just let it take the penalty. Just don't let them get a return. Gila Monsters get set. They're going to kick it away. High arching spinning kick's going to be taken at the 14. Up the field go the Grizzlies, and wide open is Sims trying to get away. He's got a nice return. He's finally dropped down at the 36. So now the Gila Monsters with 1:15 are going to have to set up with prevent defense. C.J. Sims had an opportunity. Looked like it was going to form around on that right side, but he has given them pretty good field position at the 39. So Butler now with 1:15 to go, trying to make something happen. All they have to do is get in field goal range. Timeout remaining for the Grizzlies. They have 1 remaining. All right, Israel, he can throw the football. He showed that already today. A nice big catch by Curry early on. Back to pass is Israel. Gets it to the near side, and it's dropped. Who was not contained. Trying to make the catch out there was Kendall Stewart. I saw him reach down between his legs, and the ball had popped loose. Thought the catch was made at first. No gain, and carries an incomplete pass. So second down now and 10. 1:11 remaining. They're going to send Sims wide on the left side. Curry out wide on the right side. Israel, the quarterback. Grizzlies trying to rally back after controlling for most of the ball game. Had the lead for most of the ball game. There he's going to be running for his life. He finally gets the pass away. They'll throw it away. Boy, a lot of pressure in the backside being put on by Malik Young. Isaac was back there as well, putting some pressure on. This will bring up with 1:06, a third call, third down and 10 now from the 39. Gila Monsters held when they needed to and got the big run by Thomas. Plus the 2-point conversion by Thomas. He is a load. The quarterback for Eastern Arizona came into the ballgame with 900 yards on the year. Here back to pass is Israel. Steps up, throws, the catch is made, and it pops loose into the Gila Monsters' hand. They're going to say incomplete pass anyway. Incomplete pass, but the ball had popped loose, but incomplete. Coming up was the Gila Monsters to get to the football. A Manfo, but here we go. Fourth down and 10 with 59 ticks left on the clock. Eastern Arizona jumping up and down on the far sideline. Grizzlies get set. Now they split out on the left side. Got to get the first down to keep the drive alive. Fourth down. Israel, the quarterback. The snap, back to pass, then a stoppage of play. They'll stop play. A delay of game penalty forthcoming. So instead of going for 10 yards to get the first down and keep the drive alive, it remains at fourth down. They'll move it back to the 34. So fourth and 15, excuse me. Grizzlies will put it in play from their own 34, having to go to the 49 for the first down. Stewart will check into the contest at that tight end spot. They'll split wideouts. Curry on the far side. Near side has Sims along with Wilkes. Israel moves his running back over on his left side, gets the snap, back to pass. Now he runs to the right side, trying to tuck it away, and he will be stopped and picked up about 4 yards is all, and over on downs. Gila Monsters of Eastern Arizona will take over. 51 ticks left on the clock, and a flag, more than likely a little early celebration by Eastern Arizona. Let's see exactly what they're going to call. Gila Monsters will come on and get set offensively. They'll have the football. Now they're going to sort things out. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Butler. So they'll mark it down deep into Butler territory. It's not going to matter with 51 ticks left on the clock. Eastern Arizona will have the football. Butler has 1 timeout remaining. Eastern Arizona 2 timeouts remaining. So they'll mark the football at the 22. So it is victory formation at the 22. Victory formation for the Gila Monsters. Thomas takes a knee, and clock will run down. He'll have one more time to do that. Let's see if Butler uses the timeout or not. Gila Monsters trying to run to 9-3 on the season with a bowl win. Would be big for the team out of Thatcher, Arizona. Thomas gets set. There's another downing of the football, and that is going to do it as the clock runs out. The team from Thatcher, Arizona has came in here and rallied back to take the win, and they win at 39-38. We'll take a timeout. They'll have all the awards on the field forthcoming, and the Salt City Bowl for 2016 goes to the Gila Monsters out of Eastern Arizona. They win it 39-38. We'll be right back. Hi, everybody, and welcome back. It's a happy bunch of Gila Monsters on the field as they have won the 2016 Salt City Bowl in dramatic fashion, 39-38. Let's look at the numbers. Grizzlies got on the board first with a nice 35-yard field goal by Winter to make it 3-0. And then for Eastern Arizona, LaCour came back, tied it up at 3-3 apiece. Eastern Arizona had a brief lead at 9-3, and I say brief because less than a minute later, it was a 56-yard pass to Josh Wilkes by David Israel. They made it 10-9 then after the point after. Butler took the lead at 10-9, then led 17-9, and 17-17 tie is Eastern Arizona. Hardwick with a 1-yard run. The two-point conversion tied it up at 17, but that was short-lived as well. And only exactly 34 seconds later, David Israel with a pass back from C.J. Sims to take it in the end zone. The point after was good, and that was your halftime at 24-17. In the third period with 9:28 to go, Abrams came out with a 7-yard run to make it 31-17. The Grizzlies were up by 2 touchdowns, and then Thomas came back on a 23-yard run to make it 31-24, and then David Israel with a 1-yard run to give him the 38-24 lead. Right back was Justin Ewan, who picked up a 25-yard fumble recovery, then pulled within 38-31, and then in dramatic fashion with 1:23 to go, Jonathan Thomas on a 7-yard run. The point after touchdown, two-point conversion was good, and 39-38, and that is your final. A great job by Eastern Arizona, great job by Butler as well. It was a great ball game here for the Salt City Bowl, but the winners, Eastern Arizona, 39-38. Let's look at some of the other numbers. Thomas ends the game with 258 yards on 29 carries, 2 touchdowns. His longest was a 26-yarder. Hardick with 70 yards and 2 TDs. Cooksey had a good game as well, 67 yards on 12 totes, and Clifford Lowe with 50 yards on 8 totes. 3 out of 5 was Thomas. His longest was a 16-yarder. He was sacked twice. His favorite receiver was Clifford Lowe with 2 catches for 22 yards. Tywan Watson with 1 catch for 16. LaCour did a good job punting, averaging 42.5 on Ezekiel Moore on 3 punt returns for 15 yards. His longest was a 15-yarder. And tackles, it was McQuaker with a total of 10 tackles for the ball game. Josh Amanfo also with 8 tackles defensively for Eastern Arizona. For Butler, Kevin Abrams with 21 carries, 127 yards, and 1 TD. David Israel also with 1 TD. Isaiah Truss, who went out of the game late with an ankle injury, 7 carries for 31 yards. And also C.J. Sims with 1 carry, a loss of 1 on the play. David Israel passing was 8 of 14 for 246 yards. Bruere was in there and started the game. He was 1 of 6 for 10 yards. Receiving, it was Myron Mitchell with 3 catches for 88 yards. Wilkes with 2 catches for 77. And Tyler Curry with that 1 catch. It was a big one. Took it all the way down to the 1 for 58 yards. Abrams also with a catch for 31 yards. Joe Stevens, good punting, 5 punts, averaged at 27.8. But it was many times he was punting in the short side of the field. Myron Mitchell had 1 return. And tackles leading the cause with 21 total tackles. Sean Bernard, Jake Sauer also in there with 12 tackles. So again, total yards total for Eastern Arizona 357. For Butler's 165. Passing yards 38 for Eastern Arizona, 269 for the Grizzlies of Butler. Total yards 73 offensive plays for Eastern, 395 yards, 59 offensive plays for Butler for 434 yards. So Butler with more yards, but the score on the scoreboard shows 39-38 your final. Eastern Arizona with the big win. So now Eastern Arizona getting their picture taken down on the field as well, and they're a happy bunch down there. The runners-up, the Butler Grizzlies, have received their plaque, and they go to the south end zone to talk things over. Tough loss for Butler after it's 39-38. Here's the MVPs that you will have for Eastern Arizona. The MVP is Jonathan Thomas, quarterback. He's out of Americus, Georgia. And also it was Sean Bernard for Butler, unanimous with 21 tackles, the defensive MVP. That's going to wrap things up from here. Special thanks to everybody, especially Steve Carpenter, all the stat work that he did as well. And again, special thanks to the ACC video department helping out with all the video work. Glenn Grunwald, your host. So long, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week, and thank you for viewing the 2016 edition of the Salt City Bowl. Your final again from Gowans Stadium, Eastern Arizona 39, the Butler Community College out of El Dorado, Kansas 38. So long, everybody.